recording now.
Small screen. I don't remember what we sang.
That's beautiful. Beautiful. So, you guys been watching things on the television, huh?
So many things.
I've even been watching my movies on the television, so.
Yeah. I miss
So, what have you guys, let's start with square one on this whole thing. Ozark, how far along are you?
3 episodes.
Oh, everyone's done with that. No way. No way that we're not all done.
I finished it this morning, and I'm going to tell you that Russell Rushing's a dick because he ruined something in the story through text message.
Ooh, ouch.
No, how did I? Did I?
Yes.
Did I say something about the lawyer?
No.
I thought you were done.
No, you said something about the brother.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ward Meacham.
Sorry, I thought you were done with it.
No, I finished it this morning. I'm like, that guy's a son of a bitch. So, all right. So
really unintentional. I thought we had all said that we were done with it already.
Here's what I got to say about Ozark. That is the best freaking show on TV. I don't care. Hands down, that is my favorite. I think it sucks. I got to wait another year. I hate that Netflix releases everything at once because I sit and I want to savor them, but I also don't want assholes to ruin the story for me. So I try to hurry up and watch it. So, yeah, I love that show. And this season is fantastic. Agreed or not agreed?
I'm just 3 in, and I love it, but it's one of those things. It gives me something to look forward to at night. That's why I'm not just binging.
You haven't finished it?
No, because every night at 8 o'clock I have a cocktail, a coronavirus cocktail. And that's kind of what I do, and I love it.
Yeah, but
he's a man of routine.
There's only like 12 episodes, right? And we're on day like 48 of our quarantine.
Yeah, but I've been watching other stuff. Lots of other stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I hope I didn't ruin anything for you either.
No, I don't think so.
Don't go back and read the text messages.
Okay.
Don't do it.
I'll stay away from that.
Hello, folks. Yeah, I think it's the best written series since Breaking Bad.
Agreed.
I really do.
Okay.
I love that one. So
it's probably the best series on right now, contemporary.
So that's number 2 on the Netflix right now of what people are watching, and everybody knows what number 1 is.
Oh yeah.
Tiger King. How much have you watched?
I haven't watched the newest episode, the interview. Right. So I've watched them all.
I'm the same place as you are. What about you, Russ?
I haven't watched the new episode yet.
Okay.
I finished the original series, and I'll tell you, it's a joy.
It is watching a car crash. I mean, it is, and I loved every second of it.
It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
This is the most original film that was ever not written.
If you watched a movie of this, you go, that shit couldn't happen.
Yeah. You're like, oh my God, they so jumped the shark with that Carol Baskins killing her husband.
Yeah, me and Bridget watched it, and she didn't really want to watch it. I talked her into it. I'm like, this is what everybody's talking about. And then we got through that first episode, and we were like, what did we just watch? What did we watch? And so I'm a little bit tired of the memes and shit on TV. On Facebook and shit. But, man, how good was that? I mean, insane.
Well, and to your point, the only reason I started watching it so I could understand what those were.
Right.
Yeah. 2 weeks late to the party. And I was like, all right, I'll just do it. Boom. I did binge that one in about 3 days.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah.
And I wrote this on Facebook. There isn't a good guy in the story. There's not one person in there is somebody to root for. They are, I'm sorry, they're garbage human beings. They're trash. They're doing anything to get ahead of the game, and all they care about is themselves.
Some of his employee guys I kind of liked.
You mean the guy who's smoking a cigarette over the gasoline can?
Loved him.
Yeah, and so somebody posted this thing that's like, they were talking about the one-armed gal,
Yeah.
And you're like, how come the most well-spoken and only intelligent person on this whole show they shoot every scene from a dump with her.
Yeah.
She's like sitting in a trash dump.
Yeah.
Well, she's the best spoken, and it's like, let's go ahead and get her arm eaten off, okay?
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's got this whole thing's planned, right?
yeah. I'm telling you, it's so much better written than Yellowstone. Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, God. Here we go. So, Russ, that segues over to Yellowstone. He watched it, and he hated it. I love it.
I love it.
Othie's on the fence, right?
No, it's absolutely trash, but I love it.
Yeah.
3 episodes in, I was like,
Love it.
this sucks. Because every character on there is exactly what they're purported to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with simplicity like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't simple. It was all, none of them liked each other at all.
No, no.
It's like this job on this ranch is the only thing you can do with your entire life.
Yeah.
If you don't do this, then you're just screwed. And it's like, what? No, just go get a different job.
Nobody ever does that. Nobody gets another job.
I doubt this one even pays that well.
Yeah. I like that series, and I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I liked it better when it was called Dallas. They had better characters.
That's fair.
You know?
That's fair. I get where you're coming from.
Those guys had oil.
All right. Well, I don't mean to occupy time, but I, I'm talkative right now. I've had a few drinks, so Russell, I'm going to go ahead and give him credit that he was desperately trying to get us to watch Castle Rock the last few episodes. So while I was working on my first puzzle, I basically, in one weekend, I just sat and vegged out on both seasons of that show. And I got to say,
one weekend, holy crap.
Yeah, I watched it for real. The first season, I would say, it was okay. It was just okay in that the story was complex, and I don't know that it put all the pieces together like I wanted it to. Now I talked to my buddies.
Yeah, I don't know if it ever really showed its hand the entire series.
That's a great way to say that. And I talked to the people I work with. They are big Stephen King fans, and they had watched the series. One of them had, and she felt the same way. She's like, I just don't know that I got resolution. But season 2, the development of that character from the Misery book or movie. What is that character's name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Annie
yeah,
something.
It was yeah.
That second season was really good. I thought it was just batshit crazy enough that I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to another season coming out. Your theory of the only other person that's in both seasons, I don't know anything about it, but I thought it's a really weird tie-in to the series that you get one person in both seasons, and that's it.
Yeah, so it's Annie Wilkes is the lady from Misery. And that Lizzie Kaplan does such a good job at doing her voice.
Yes.
She sounds just like her.
And she says,
good old fella.
Dirty birds, those dirty birds.
Yeah. That was a dirty bird. Othie, did you watch it?
One, I got through it, and I struggled with it, and I didn't enjoy it, so I haven't gone to season 2 yet. No.
Season 2 is completely a different path.
It's one of those rare things where the second season is actually better than the first.
Completely agree.
Don't really have had to have watched I don't know. There's the one character that's in both seasons, and I have a theory about who he is, but
is it the kid?
I still don't know yet.
The Lockaway kid?
Yeah.
Yes, he's in both.
Yep.
I love that scene where she kills that guy with that special instrument. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
In season 2.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he comes into her cabin.
Oh, yeah, what does she have in her hand?
I don't want to say to ruin it for Othie.
Oh, your muffin.
The ice cream scoop. Remember, she shoves it right in his...
Oh, yes, it was the ice cream scoop, yeah.
I love that. That was great. And Chalky White
Yeah, I
was
was like,
great. Isn't
man,
that who
that is
that guy
not-
was?
Shocky White.
Chalky
Yeah.
White's in season 2. Whatever that guy's name is.
Omar.
He's in a lot of
Omar?
stuff. He was in House of Cards.
Yeah.
He's a good. Yeah, well, Omar's not in it, but
Shocky White was a.
you're talking about the guy that she killed, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
son. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's in
No,
he's
but
in
he's in House of Cards too.
House of Cards. He plays the writer in House of Cards.
Yeah.
What's his name? Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
his name is Paul Sparks. I'm looking right at it right here.
Yeah.
Ace Merrill. Ace. Good old Ace.
Yeah, that's a good show. It's got now the thing is that in season 2 it's got Tim Robbins in it.
Yeah.
And
He's good.
I've wondered whatever happened to Tim Robbins, but his acting was poor in this.
Oh, you didn't think he was very good in it?
No, it was like every one of his lines were delivered in such a way it was like, I'm going to read what's written on the page.
I think maybe he was trying to get the voice down so much. He was trying to put some kind of accent on there.
That's exactly right. And it was like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to read.
Yeah. He's been doing a lot of TV series, but it's just none of them that I watch.
Right.
The Brink,
No.
Here and Now.
Check out season 2, Oath. I think you'll like that.
Give it a try.
Yeah, you'll be more happy with that.
But I'll definitely do it.
You can watch it on Hulu.
Hulu.
All right, so what else? What else we watching?
I watched that series From the Loop.
I don't know what that is.
Did you guys watch any of that?
Mm-mm.
It's a Prime series, and it's I really enjoyed it. Now every episode's kind of a very slow burner. It's called Tales from the Loop. I'm sorry, Tales from the Loop.
What's it about?
So everyone, they live in this town. So okay, so what is it? That is a great question, Eric. That's a fantastic question. So it's kind of set in the future, but everything looks like it's in the 70s or early 80s.
I know what you're talking about. I had somebody else recommend that.
It's got Jonathan Pryce in it, recently Academy Award nominated Jonathan Pryce. And
Or Pierce. That's what Oathie calls him, Jonathan Pierce.
what did he call him? He called him James Pierce.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Jonathan Pryce. That was the best fuck up of last year, I think. So all the characters in the show live in this town, and underneath this town is a scientific facility. So it's all the science weird stuff's going on underneath the town, and most of them who live in the town, they work for it in some way, but very few of them are like the director. Jonathan Pryce, I think, is like the director of the scientific research facility. Most of them are like security guards and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But it doesn't come out and actually say what's going on, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this town that somehow ties back into this scientific facility. And I think what they're doing is experiments in time and physics and advanced science stuff like that has kind of repercussions.
Like Stranger Things.
Yeah, it makes things go on in the town. If you look at it, it's almost like there's a factory in town and it's producing some kind of waste, like biochemical waste or something like that. This is not what's happening. This is my analogy. That this is kind of like the ecological spillover from this factory. Is stuff that happens to these people in this town and stuff. So it's interesting. Every story is kind of connected, but then it's kind of a standalone thing as well. It's just really pretty.
Okay.
It's really pretty. It was really just really they capture a lot of nature in it. Everything's like got a 70s look to it. They did a really good job.
Both
I think you'll hate it. I really do.
Probably.
You love all that time stuff.
Oh, you
No,
know.
I couldn't tell where we were. Who was he? What was there?
What was he doing? Why is he doing
Yeah, it's fun. I know you're the time master.
What you got, Oath? What have you been
Yeah, what have you
watching?
been watching?
I've watched a ton, but I'll read everything I've watched. But there's two I kind of want to talk about. I watched Happy season 1, season 2. I watched Hunters, Castle Rock season 1, Tiger King, Watchmen, The Mick, and a mini series called Dracula on Netflix. So the first one I do want to talk about is Hunters on Amazon.
What did
And
you think?
I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
My parents watched it and were like, they kind of got tired of it.
See, man, the first 10 minutes of that series, I was like, whoa. And it just, I think Al Pacino did great in the whole series.
So the story is that these are people who are hunting ex-Nazis, correct?
And it's a little bit of a true story because there's a thing called Project Paperclip where the United States government, when it all fell, and we were in the Cold War, we brought over all these Nazi Germans, like leaders that were smart, could help us, kind of brought them in anonymously to the United States. So they're now hunting these people in the 60s and 70s. And it's very good, but it doesn't take itself so seriously. I think that's the fun of it too. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen that one, I thought it was really good. And the other one that I watched that I really liked is that miniseries called Dracula. I thought it was interesting. It's only three shows, and they're about an hour and a half long. The first two were great and incredible. The third
It's kind of like Sherlock, the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock series, where they're one episode, but the episode is very long.
Yeah. It was good. I loved it. It was kind of like, it was good.
I've got mixed feelings on it. I thought the first 2 episodes were fantastic.
Yes.
And then something happens in episode 3. I don't want to spoil it for you, Eric. That really kind of pissed me off. And I thought it was a whole different show after that.
Now, did you guys ever finish The Witcher?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Really? I lost interest real quick.
I did.
Oh, my gosh, that's a great show. You're crazy.
And let's call her Yennefer because it's different than Jennifer, but it sucks.
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Othie?
I hated it.
I saw. I was. Yeah, I know they're making another season of it.
I thought it was boring.
I did too. That's exactly how I feel. It's like, oh, this is not compelling.
I think all the hype was just because of the cast and I don't.
Hey, let's go back through your list. Tell me what the other things were.
Happy
was a good one.
Which that's a lot of fun. It's not a very serious show. Have you guys
Happy?
Yeah. It's basically it's one of the cops from gosh darn it.
Law and Order, Special Victims.
Thank you. It's Law and Order, and Happy is this unicorn dragon looking character that he can only see, played by Patton Oswalt.
Okay.
That's right.
The movie called Crank with Jason Statham.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot like that because it's just gory and just keeps building on that. And but it's really funny, so that's why I liked it. And then
I remember that. That was with like the carrots and shit. That movie you were talking about, right?
Yeah. And then did you guys finish Watchmen?
Yeah. I've watched all that. You want to talk about that?
I'm not all the way done with it. I just got to the point where I kind of lost interest. She took the memory pills, and then she went back in time to figure out her grandpa's story. Was the last one I watched. So probably episode 6.
So it's when like she's reliving it in his mind.
Yep.
When they're in Oklahoma during the massacre and stuff.
Which I didn't know.
Dude,
that.
I thought that was the best single episode of a show in years.
Really, I didn't like it at all.
Me neither.
You didn't like it?
No.
Oh my gosh! I thought that specific episode was like the best written, directed, acted, everything, like complete storyline within a series. That would be like your season 2, episode 5 of Barry.
Oh God.
That you're always talking about.
That is a good one. That is a good episode. Have you still not watched that, Russell?
No, I never got through the first season.
Oh my God, it's so great. I love it, Rose. I love that you picked that one. It's good. How do you feel about with Watchmen, that episode of the ass pounding?
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, okay.
Is that an episode?
It's one of them.
Or two.
I just like how complicated that show is. Stuff going on in the background, stuff on TV, stuff in the newspaper that's sitting in front of them. All of it ties in.
Yeah.
All of it's like part of the story.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Care for it.
I enjoy it, but I lost a little interest after that. I haven't. It's been about 3 days since I watched an episode of that. So.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm on board with you, Othie, for once. We're against Russell. Okay, that's usually the way it is. Never mind. What else do we need to talk about?
That's all. What is there anything coming out that we're excited about, or is it all like out there right now? Because I know we didn't do news, but they've like stopped production on everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna be screwed for a little while.
We just started yesterday watching season 2 of Making It with Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman. Your buddy.
We haven't got all the way through it. I still love Nick Offerman, man. I still love him.
Good.
He's just.
Good.
I won't go see a live show with him ever again.
It was just a lot more political than you were thinking it was going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're on the last episode of Making It season 2. That is a great little show.
Great show because it's just so lighthearted and
yeah.
I just
Happy.
love their puns that they're kind of doing all the time, and his flannel always matches her little overalls.
Yeah.
There's
I love that.
I want to bring up. Have you guys seen a show called Dave on FXX?
Mm-mm.
It's
No.
like, it's amazing. He's a white Jewish rapper.
Oh,
Oh yeah. You're talking about Little Dicky. You talked about that.
And he can rap, and it's an incredible show. And then I also finished Lego Masters the other night, which I thought was great. I loved it.
I love Lego Masters. I think that's a fantastic show. They're already doing a season 2. Did you see who the executive producer was on that show? Brad Pitt.
Really?
Brad Pitt is the executive producer of that, and we loved every minute of that show.
Did
He
you
probably owns a bunch of stock in Lego.
Probably.
Whoever won, did you think that's who it was going to be?
Yeah, I was pretty sure. I liked Mark and Boone more, but I think that they deserve to win. Bridget hated them. She hates kissy couples. You know, that's why me and my wife are made to be, because we have the same. We hate things equally, and it's perfect. So we didn't like that piece of them, but they were definitely the best team, I thought.
Yeah. Well, when they built that like cat baby thing, like
That was hilarious.
damn.
Cat
How
baby.
did you even think to build that? But they were good.
Me and Oath are putting in our application for season 2.
Oh man, we get kicked
Yeah,
off.
shit. I'll go cheer you on.
We would be like, hey, look, we built a little house. It's got 3 windows.
That's exactly right.
These people are fantastic.
They are.
I hated that one couple.
For building
They got to the
penis
end.
all the time.
It did all dick statues. I hated that one, the guy and the girl that made it to the end.
Yeah.
And then like episode 2, I don't even think you know how to Lego. That's what he said there.
What?
I don't think you know how to Lego. What, you mean stick bricks together?
I think my favorite episode, and it was probably the dumbest, is when they built the bridge.
That was awesome.
I don't know why, I'm like, that would be so cool.
Russell, they built bridges and they see how much weight they can hold, you know, like the old physics back in high school.
Yeah,
And
popsicle stick.
it's amazing how much weight. In fact, it held so much weight that they didn't have enough weight on set to actually test the bridges. They had to cap it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, so that was a good one.
Lego concrete blocks.
Now, I'm going to tell you, my family watches The Masked Singer, and I think they have got this season completely wrong. This show has been going on since the night after the Super Bowl. By the way, do you guys, Othie, do you remember who won the Super Bowl?
Hell yeah.
Okay, all right.
Hell yeah.
Were you there, Russ? Did you participate?
In the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the watching? You did.
The whole time.
Still wearing the shirt. But it started right after that, and they still have like 7 people left on the show, and it's like, I really, at this point, the other part is that there's so many D-list celebrities. I know I'm an fan. But my God, it's like, hey, this person was on the Kardashians. Shit, I don't know who the Kardashians are, let alone somebody that would be on their show.
I
So
don't think
we're
the
really
Kardashians
struggling.
are really considered D-list or anything, but
You don't think they're D-list?
I don't think so.
But
Like the
this,
rich
I mean,
people.
these people are somebody who was a friend of theirs on the show. It's like,
Yeah, basically, yeah. Like that Dr. Drew.
yeah,
Remember him from the first season or whatever?
yeah.
That's the only thing I've seen in the first season. I was like, yeah, that guy was on a show like 10 years ago.
But that's
while.
Sarah Palin. Did you guys watch that episode with Sarah Palin?
No, was she like the guest host or something? Or?
No, she was one of the contestants. And she straight went for it. It was awesome.
Did she sing well?
What?
Wasn't Gronk on it?
Did she sing well?
No, she got off on like the second episode, but she did "Baby Got Back," and it was hilarious.
No, that's funny.
I like when people don't take themselves too seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gronk was on it, and he sucked, and he made it for so long because I think everybody knew he was a Gronk.
Yeah, everybody knew who he was. Yeah.
What else you guys want to talk about? Anything else? Is there something that you would say you want us to watch? Because I only watched Castle Rock because you asked me to, Russell, and I enjoyed it. I'm going to watch Hunters because Othie recommended it. What do you want to watch?
I don't know.
I haven't seen any of making it, so I'll give it a chance.
Perfect. Has anybody watched Altered Carbon?
No.
I
haven't watched it. What'd you think of it?
Well, I like the first season. I don't like that Terrence Mackie or whatever.
Okay.
The guy from the new season.
Yeah.
Falcon.
Okay.
I don't like him.
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie, that's right. Yeah, I just don't like him that much. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
I had somebody recommend it, tell me how good it was, and I was like, I don't think it looks like my thing, but I'm trying to find stuff to watch right now.
Same here.
Yeah. We started watching that Mrs. America on Hulu.
I don't know anything about it.
Is that
It's about the feminist movement in the 70s and the anti-feminist movement also in the 70s.
Huh.
So it's based on, it's like a historically, it's got Kate Blanchett and Rose Byrne and like 20 other really famous actresses in it.
Rose Byrne is her name.
Yeah, Rose Byrne, Kate Blanchett. Let me look it up.
Sounds like a made-up name, Rose Byrne. It's like Rip Torn or Dick Warts or something.
Dick Lawrence. Why does that sound made up?
Made me laugh when I watched that Law and Order. Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf, yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the things that I wanted to kind of hit on. I think most of the things I've been watching is with my family. I've watched almost all the episodes of Fuller House since this thing is. Yeah, you're welcome. Somebody is doing that. So that's what Sophie wants to watch, and then now she's like, I want to start watching Pawn Stars. You heard me right. My 9-year-old's like, let's watch Pawn Stars together.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, why? She's
Actually,
like,
it's actually a pretty informative show.
That's what she said. She goes,
like a history show.
I love learning about things like that. And I was like, okay, how can I not watch that? So then she comes to me 2 days ago, and she's like, I think I want to buy a metal detector. And I was like, you are so my kid. So the metal detector is supposed to be here today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to go out and do that because she's thinking we're going to find treasure or something. But, we'll find something, I'm sure. But, yeah. Well, unless you guys got anything else, I am going to watch Hunters before our next in a few weeks before we tape again.
I'll watch Mickey.
Yeah, and I know my sister wants to come on and talk about Mrs. America as well.
Okay, so we need to watch.
So everybody watch the first episode of that.
The first episode?
I'll watch more than the first
there's
episode.
Okay.
Only 2
Okay.
so far because Hulu's doing that thing where they drop it weekly.
Yeah,
And so maybe next week we'll get together and have that conversation, maybe?
I like it.
Sweet. All right. Hey, Othie, Russell, where can they find us? I'm stealing your line.
www.dunestoneredemption.com is where I go for all the latest film and television reviews.
Othie's been
also have
writing lots of
podcasts on
reviews.
there.
I have.
Yeah, I need to go look at it. I haven't really been checking it out.
I just been commenting on his stuff on the stuff I've watched. So if you comment, I'll post it up so everybody can see it.
Yep, we're on the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter space, Bumbler, always Bumbler.
And now on Zoom.
Stitcher. Yeah. Can you just search stuff on Zoom? I don't think you can.
No, you can't, but it's fun to say.
We're on TikTok.
I'll give everybody a little sneak peek of our recording studio there behind you too.
Yeah, you guys can see the microphones back behind me.
Yeah.
This is
magic, doesn't it?
my house has 5 bedrooms and there's 3 of us, so this one's turned into a studio that's sitting empty during COVID-19. Sad.
And some nights, Bridget probably lets you sleep in her room.
Yeah, some nights.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
We'll holler at y'all later.
Thanks
All
for
right, signing off.
watching.
All right, bye.